Hey, hey, people. Hola, hola. Outside once again, doing a little walking video. Today has been just one of those days for me. I had a lot of energy yesterday. Okay. Like I was saying, I had a lot of energy yesterday, and I was working on some things that I'm really excited about. And when you work for yourself, I think that's always a struggle to find work-life balance, because I personally can get so caught up in enjoying what I'm working on, and I just overdo it. And so yesterday, that's pretty much what I did. I worked usually on a normal day, I work 4, maybe 5 hours. I worked almost 8 hours yesterday. And so this morning when I woke up, I was still exhausted and honestly kind of battling a headache. I think too, just being on the move and going yesterday. I did not do right by my body when it came to nutrition and when it came to water. I drank water yesterday, but I wasn't drinking it throughout the day like I needed to. So all that to say, I think your girl is recovering from being a little dehydrated yesterday and just burning myself out a bit. Today has been a very mellow and chill day, and this is actually my first time getting out the house, and it's only because I have to get something to eat. That's my motivation for getting out and moving my body today. But yeah, I am out here. It's almost 6 o'clock. What time is it? No, it's going on 7 o'clock. And as you can see, it's starting to get a little later in the day. And I feel like in other places, especially when I was living in the States, I would have never thought to leave the house and walk somewhere once the sun starts going down. I would have planned my day around that. And so I was just thinking through that today about how safety really does feel different living outside the States. Now, obviously, it depends on where you are in the world, but yeah, it has a different feel to it here. There's dogs everywhere and bugs. So yeah, this is one of the countries that I have been in outside of America and felt safe walking at night. Asia, there's a lot of places there. So many dogs everywhere. But yeah, back at home, I would never just go and walk outside at night. And it really does change the way that you move. Changes how your nervous system responds, how you go about your day. Because I do feel like if it was a situation where I didn't feel safe walking at night, obviously I would have made myself get up earlier to go find some food, is what I'm essentially trying to say. Or I would have ordered food, which I don't always like doing, especially since I know I haven't moved my body today. So it's I'm getting a 2-for-1 by leaving the house and walking and going to find food. But the topic of this video is about safety outside the US. And while I will say I feel safe walking at night here, and it's definitely different from being back at home, I think sometimes as content creators, as other people are sharing their experiences living in different parts of the world, sometimes we can, I guess the word is overhype safety. I don't believe that there's any place in this world that is 100% safe. And I think seeing recent news things, you know, happening with the cartel in Mexico, and now with everything in Iran and the war that is happening in Venezuela. Like, there's just so many examples of like how it isn't even about the country being safe, but just the world in itself. And anything can pop off at any time. I saw this post today that was kind of reiterating this, where someone commented and they were like, there's no like safe place in the world. You do your best to, you know, you keep your head on a swivel and you have discernment and you try to mitigate risk. But no matter where you go in the world, there's always a risk of something being unsafe. There's bad people everywhere. And so, yeah, I think that's something to consider, especially when people really like to lean in and hype up how super safe a place is. That's something to always keep in mind. Like, yes, it's safe, but you still have to exercise discernment and be smart and really listen to your intuition, listen to your body, listen to yourself, because safety is also subjective, right? Like, our safety depends heavily on our external appearance and how other people perceive us. That's a big thing that I realized when living in Colombia, how me being in Colombia, I felt a lot safer than someone who doesn't have melanin or might look like, even if they don't have a lot of money, because of how they look, it's assumed that they have a lot of money, right? And all of this factors into safety, personal safety. So I just wanted to share that because that's been on my heart lately, especially with the events happening that happened in Mexico. The whole thing with the cartel and the bombings and then blowing up stuff. Because I personally, when I was in Mexico, I felt indifferent when it came to safety. And I wasn't sure, like, I couldn't speak to it, but for me, it always felt like the cartel presence was heavier in Mexico than in other places where I know they are, such as like Colombia, for example. But I guess the point of this video is to just exercise discernment and know that safety is definitely a personal thing. And yeah, anywhere can be unsafe. You have to proceed with caution, be smart, and do the best that you can. Look at these dogs. I mean, they're just they're everywhere. They have an owner. Like, I think this lady walking with them is their owner. But there's been times I've been walking the street and the dogs run the street. One of them got really buck at me. Again, safety. Like, see, I don't even have to worry about a person trying to rob me or threaten my life. I gotta worry about dogs. And I like dogs, but these are they're a little free. Anywho, I'm going to continue on my little journey trying to find some food. These are just some thoughts that I had on my walk today. A little bit of what my day has been like here in Cochabamba. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video, and as always, if you're looking for a way to translate your skills into income so that you can work from anywhere or make the move abroad, be sure to check out my guide, which I will link up here, and you can also find in the description box below. And give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.